What happens when life behind the spotlight is filled with pain and hardship few could imagine? Marie Osmond's public image has often been one of sparkle and smiles, but beneath that glittering surface lies a story marked by heartbreak, hidden battles, and devastating loss. From a child star pushing performing before she could even read, to a woman confronting grief and mental health challenges across decades, Marie's journey defies expectations. Now at 66, her life bears little resemblance to her youthful fame, revealing strength and resilience forged through unimaginable trials. Early fame came at a heavy price for Marie Osmond, as her journey into show business began long before most children even start school, thrusting her into a world of spotlight and expectations at the tender age of 3. Unlike most kids who play and learn at their own pace, Marie was performing alongside established stars, notably making her first television appearance with Andy Williams when she was just 4 years old. This early exposure wasn't just about bright lights and applause. It came with intense pressure from her family's determined pursuit of success. Raised as the only daughter among 9 siblings, all managed carefully by their parents, Marie's childhood was a constant balancing act between innocence and professional demands. Music was a family language, with her brothers forming a barbershop quartet that gained fame on the Andy Williams Show, leading the entire Osmond household to relocate to Los Angeles. Marie's parents, deeply devoted to their faith and success, invested heavily in the children's training. Teachers, choreographers, and relentless schedules became routine. Although she was given a musical instrument, the mima, Marie didn't choose this path. It was laid out, predetermined, leaving little room for a typical childhood. The toll of these expectations weighed heavily, shaping a reality where performance was priority and childhood joys were often sacrificed. Even as a young girl, Marie felt the pressure intensely. She recalled that the dream of carefree play faded quickly under the weight of rehearsals, lessons, and public appearances. Close to her brother Donnie, she shared rambunctious childhood moments that contrasted against a backdrop of constant work. Yet behind those memories was a deep understanding that she was part of a machine driven not only by talent, but by relentless ambition. The privileges of fame were shadowed by the burdens that came with being a child star before she fully understood what that meant. Looking back, Maria reflected on the emotional cost of growing up in such a demanding environment. The joys of music were intertwined with the stress of meeting expectations and finding her own identity within a famous family. Unlike her brothers who performed together, she struggled to carve her own space, knowing she was watched and measured differently. This early imbalance planted seeds of both success and personal struggle that would follow her for years to come. The intense early spotlight, combined with family and industry pressures, created a complex childhood far from ordinary. Behind the polished performances lay a young girl whose life was shaped more by adult concerns than typical youthful freedoms. The brightest stages hosted her, but the shadows grew quietly in the wings. What seemed like an enviable start would prove both gift and burden, shaping a future filled with triumphs and trials alike. And while the beginnings of fame gave Marie a unique platform, they also introduced challenges that would ripple through her later years. The innocence lost to a demanding schedule will become part of a greater story of resilience and hidden pain. Her early years set the stage for not only career milestones, but also the personal battles that she kept out of public view for decades. Marie's childhood experience stands as a reminder that fame at any age brings complex consequences. The world often sees a glitter, but few grasp the cost paid behind the scenes. The pressure to perform and adhere to a crafted image began at a time when most children are still discovering themselves, creating scars as well as songs. Those scars, hidden beneath a shining exterior, would reveal themselves through struggles with self-image, trauma, and emotional weight later in Marie's life. Her story challenges the glamour of early stardom, showing it as a path layered with unexpected hardship. The full scale of her journey extends far beyond those first performances with Andy Williams. This planted the roots of a life constantly balancing fame and private pain. During her teenage years, Marie Osmond achieved significant stardom and a career breakthrough, as by her early teens she was poised to step out her brother's shadow and make a name for herself, choosing a path that diverged sharply from their pop and barbershop sound. At just 14, she signed with MGM Records in Nashville, setting her sights on country music, a genre she admired for its blend of career and family life that appealed especially to women. This decision marked a pivotal moment, distinguishing her from the rest of the Osmond family and laying the foundation for her own identity in the music world. Her breakthrough came swiftly with the release of Paper Roses in 1973, which soared to #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. At 14, she became the youngest female artist to hold that honor, dazzling fans across the country. She followed with more hits like Meet Me in Montana and There's No Stopping Your Heart, solidify her place among country music's rising stars. Yet behind the charts and applause lay an unspoken pressure to sustain and grow her public image. Alongside her solo success, Marie joined forces with her brother Donnie for the variety television show Donnie and Marie, which ran from 1976 through 1979. The show became a household favorite, blending music, comedy, and family-friendly entertainment that connected deeply with audiences. The duo's chemistry and charm helped cement their status as entertainment icons. But the show's success also brought relentless work schedules and exposure that took a personal toll. Even as fans saw laughter and energy on screen, Marie faced the ongoing weight of expectations that had shadowed her since childhood. Fame demanded perfection in performance and appearance, making any slip feel magnified. The constant spotlight left her little room to grow privately or explore herself beyond her public persona, building stress that quietly accumulated. The early 1980s tested the Osmond family's fortune and resilience. Financial troubles hit hard, threatening the stability they'd worked years to build. Marie juggled performing with her siblings and ventured into new projects like her own variety show Marie. Though promising, the program was short-lived, underscoring the volatile nature of show business and the difficulty of sustaining a solo spotlight in a competitive industry. The country charts recognized her second successful musical stint when she signed with Capitol Records and released her album, There's No Stopping Your Heart. The music scene accepted her as an artist who needed to transform herself while dealing with public scrutiny, which came with her celebrity status. The 1990s brought her two new areas of expertise because she established a successful doll line on QVC and made her Broadway debut in The King and I during 1994. Her future work included a talk show reunion with Donnie while she discussed her postpartum depression battle, which she explained in her 2001 memoir, Behind the Smile. Her project showed that she wanted to use her platform for building relationships and helping others instead of following standard show business stories. Her ability to remain active in the industry shows that she possesses both exceptional skill and unwavering determination, which help her handle ongoing obstacles. The entertainment industry brought her professional success through different channels, yet she faced ongoing challenges because she needed to perform continuously while upholding her perfect public image. The successful youth period of his life developed into complicated struggles, which involved his battle with identity and mental health issues, and finding personal satisfaction. The bright lights of show business brought Marie both opportunities and burdens, which included both love and loss and achievement and suffering. Fame's unachievable expectations led her to develop body image issues, which made her self-worth become visible to everyone. She never predicted that her internal conflicts, which she kept hidden, would become public knowledge because they would affect her entire existence, including her self-image. Behind every hit and television appearance lay a quiet struggle with weight and image that escalated into a serious eating disorder, a secret pain for Marie that few understood at the time. Marie Osmond's hidden struggles with eating disorders began in the harsh glare of the entertainment industry's unforgiving standards, a reality intensified during the peak of the Donnie and Marie show in the 1970s. At an age when most teenagers are navigating self-discovery, she faced cruel criticism that cut deep, including a studio head telling her she was an embarrassment because of her weight. Such a brutal remark not only undermined her confidence, but pushed her toward dangerous and unhealthy behaviors. In her memoir, Might As Well Laugh About It Now, Marie revealed how she developed severe eating habits in response to this pressure. She admitted to lying about eating meals and surviving on a liquid concoction of water, lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup for days at a time. Despite becoming physically weak and unable to perform dance routines, she did not feel thin enough, demonstrating the deep grip the disorder had over her self-image. Her struggles with body image did not end when the show concluded. They followed her well into adulthood. The death of Karen Carpenter in 1983 brought worldwide awareness to eating disorders, serving as both a warning and a mirror for Marie. She began to recognize the impact her own unhealthy habits might have on impressionable fans, especially women asking how to maintain a certain figure after pregnancy. This realization was a turning point in her perspective on beauty and health. Marie's journey toward recovery was complicated by the industry's relentless focus on appearances, as well as her own internalized fears. Being surrounded by glamorous contemporaries on Donnie and Marie and other stages heightened her insecurities. She recalled moments of feeling like the ugly duckling, especially when contrasting herself with stars known for their beauty and charisma. This comparison fostered a cycle of self-doubt and harsh judgment. The pressure to look perfect was not just external, but deeply internalized, which led to her continuous self-criticism. The media scrutiny which accompanied her performance with Raquel Welch made her feel inadequate because she shared the stage with an iconic figure. The audience viewed the performer's bright smiles as their actual facial expressions, which concealed their delicate self-perception that suffered from extreme demands. The public acclaim of Marie's career success hides the hidden expenses of her eating disorder and body image difficulties, which affect many young women in the entertainment industry. Her personal experiences with mental health issues show how celebrity culture creates specific mental health challenges which people with mental health issues face. She uses her platform to raise awareness about these issues, which she has been doing since she became public about her struggles with mental health issues. Marie experienced family, faith, culture, and career conflicts which created her personal life battles. The pressure to conform which she experienced from growing up in a large religious family with strict rules created her challenges for conformity, while helping her develop resilience. The story development shows her existing at two extremes which create both her physical and emotional weaknesses. Marie battled eating disorders together with other hidden problems which she fought through her entire life. The complexity of her experience showcases how youthful fame can cloak profound personal pain that takes years to fully confront and overcome. The statement she made about her difficulties serves as an essential mechanism to eliminate all elements of stigma. We will see how darker moments of trauma and near tragedy further tested the strength behind the star's dazzling smile. Childhood trauma and dangerous moments marked Marie Osmond's early life in the entertainment industry, which was far from the glamorous showbiz fairy tale many imagine. Raised in a world where she was often treated more like a product than a child, Marie faced harsh realities few others of her age could understand. At just 11 years old, she experienced a terrifying accident while filming a commercial in Japan. Her boat capsized, leaving her swimming in open water surrounded by sharks. Although she was fortunate to be rescued, the ordeal was only the beginning of a series of frightening experiences she endured. Instead of resting and recovering, Marie was pressured to get back on set immediately, filming despite dehydration, sunburns, and exhaustion. This relentless demand highlighted the lack of protection and concern for child performers prevalent during that era. Her memoir, Behind the Smile, details not only these physical hardships, but also the emotional toll of being pushed to perform without consideration for her well-being. The grueling schedules and emotional neglect created an environment where Marie's voice rarely mattered and her comfort was often sacrificed. Bullying and manipulation were constant companions in the recording studios and backstage areas where Marie worked. She described being pressured to sing and perform without question, and her opinions were frequently dismissed or ignored. Over time, this treatment eroded her confidence and made her believe her input was the least important, a stark contrast to the commanding stage presence she had to maintain before cameras. Such experiences deeply shaped her understanding of the entertainment industry as a place where vulnerability was easily exploited. As if the physical and emotional struggles weren't enough, the Osmond family faced a near financial collapse by the late 1970s. Despite the ongoing Donnie and Marie show, financial planners hired by her parents mismanaged their earnings badly, nearly bankrupting the family. Marie herself was working 80-hour weeks as a teenager, carrying an immense weight of responsibility well beyond her years. The pressures of supporting a family in crisis while maintaining a high-profile career added layers of stress and exhaustion to an already challenging life. The imprint of these early traumas lingered, shaping Marie's personal and professional trajectory for years to come. She bravely revealed not only the physical dangers and industry pressures, but also starker, more painful secrets from her childhood. She disclosed having been physically abused by individuals previously trusted by her family. Bound by threats to keep silent, Marie carried the secret alone for decades, even hiding it from her own brothers. It was only after becoming a mother herself that she found the courage to speak openly about the abuse she endured. The long shadow of abuse followed Marie into adulthood, affecting her spirit and daily functioning. She has spoken openly about the traumatizing effects which make her unable to accept that she did not create her own suffering. The emotional pain did not simply fade with time, but lingered in memories and shaped her worldview. Her previous experiences needed to be confronted by her, because that was the only method through which she could achieve recovery. Marie went through her second traumatic experience when she was 16 because she became unconscious and crashed her car. The crash left her with injuries so severe she almost lost an eye, while her mother suffered collapsed lungs. Marie experienced her most terrifying moment at the hospital because she believed her mother would die before the upcoming day. In those dark hours, she experienced a comforting vision of her grandfather, who reassured her that her mother was not leaving. This moment became a profound source of peace and faith amid uncertainty. The combination of public accomplishment and private suffering became a dangerous pattern that Marie struggled to control throughout her life. Her experiences illustrate not just the perils of childhood stardom, but the resilience required to survive and persevere. She maintained a cheerful appearance while singing, but she secretly fought against both physical threats and her hidden emotional struggles. Marie maintained her forward momentum despite everything, because her early life experience had created a connection between her traumatic experiences and her exceptional abilities. These challenges developed a power which enabled her to overcome complex relationships and devastating losses, while she created a new identity. The sting of childhood and early career trauma eventually gave way to a life marked by love, heartbreak, and unexpected second chances in her personal relationships. Marie Osmond's personal life, marked by love, marriage, and family triumphs, reads like a testament to the complexities of love shaped by a childhood in the public eye. In May 1979, she became briefly engaged to acting student Jeff Croton, but the relationship lasted only 2 months, marking one of her earliest high-profile romances. Around that time, she also dated singer Andy Gibb and actor John Schneider, navigating the challenges of young love amidst growing fame. These early relationships foreshadowed the more significant turns her love life would take. In 1982, Marie married Stephen Lyle Craig, a basketball player from Brigham Young University. Their union brought the birth of their son, Stephen James Craig, in 1983. However, the marriage was short-lived, ending in divorce by 1985. Marie later reflected on the strain, recounting attempts to make the young marriage work amid paparazzi scrutiny and emotional exhaustion. The pressures of public life weighed heavily on their relationship during a formative period for Marie. Her marriage with her ex-husband Brian Blosel began after 1 year of her divorce from Stephen Lyle Craig. Their marriage, which lasted more than 20 years, produced 7 children through 2 biological children, Rachel and Matthew, and 5 adopted children. Marie revealed that their marriage had ended in 2007 because she and her husband maintained an amicable relationship, which helped their children keep living in a peaceful home environment. The woman who decided to remain single for life found herself married after an unexpected turn of events. Marie used her son as a helper to bring her back together with her first husband, Steve Craig. The couple spent 2 years as private partners until their 2011 wedding at the Las Vegas Mormon Temple. Marie wore the same wedding dress from their original ceremony in 1982, symbolizing a unique second chance at love. She has spoken about her marriage with positive feelings, which she considers to be valuable experiences that helped her understand herself better. Marie suffered through multiple personal tragedies when she experienced private life heartaches. In 2010, her son Michael, aged only 18, took his own life. The profound grief shook her family and stunned fans. Marie later disclosed that he had been heavily bullied because of his sobriety, revealing painful texts and describing the cruelty he faced. The loss created permanent pain that affected her understanding of mental health issues and bullying. Her struggles with mental health, particularly postpartum depression, would soon lead her to use her voice to help others facing similar battles. The devastating loss and grief Marie Osmond faced have marked her life in ways that few could fully understand. A pain that began with the loss of loved ones and grew deeper with unimaginable personal tragedy. In 2010, her family was rocked by the death of her son Michael, who took his own life at just 18 years old. The news devastated fans and family alike, exposing a raw wound that Marie carried with her ever since. She later revealed that Michael had been relentlessly bullied, particularly because of his sobriety, and shared the painful messages he received before his death. This loss was an unbearable blow that reshaped her perspective on life and resilience. Just a week after Michael's funeral, Marie made the difficult decision to return to work, a choice met with public criticism. Many questioned her decision to resume her career so soon after such a profound loss. But for Marie, continuing to work was a way to support her other children and demonstrate that life, however painful, must carry on. Her courage to face grief so openly became a testament to strength amidst sorrow, showing a complex balance between mourning and survival. This explains that Marie experienced permanent emotional damage, which she described as an unending state of grief. Marie explained on CBS Sunday Morning that grief develops new forms which most people experience as they relive the initial moment of their loss. The continuous flow of this effect demonstrates the deep connection between love and sadness, which creates obstacles for people to heal because their healing process remains unpredictable and challenging. All people should recognize Marie's experience, which proves that some wounds become part of our identity and need us to show them kindness while we learn to live with them. Marie experienced multiple personal losses when her family members, who included her parents and siblings, died. The deaths of her mother Olive and father George in 2004 and 2007 made her family experience a deeper sense of loss because these events created more grief for them to deal with. Tragedy struck again within her extended family when her brother Wayne passed away after a stroke, which happened in 2025. The series of losses brought her multiple difficulties, but they also deepened her bond with her family and strengthened her faith. Maria has explained to people about the various aspects of grief, which include despair and the need for relief, and the difficulty of progressing through life after losing a loved one. The author demonstrates deep empathy, which comes from personal experience, to provide comfort to people who experience similar grief. She believes that people achieve resilience through learning to live with their losses instead of attempting to forget about them, which she learned throughout her life. As Marie's life has been touched by loss, so too has she become a voice for understanding mental health struggles that affect so many, including herself. Marie Osmond's journey into mental health advocacy and personal healing began with her willingness to share her personal battles, which has made her an important advocate for mental health awareness, especially regarding postpartum depression, a condition she knows all too well. In 2001, she published her memoir Behind the Smile, My Journey Out of Postpartum Depression, candidly revealing feelings of emptiness, failure, and deep sadness after giving birth. Marie described how her children would sense her mood even before speaking to her, a chilling indication of how depression permeated her daily life. Her openness broke silence around a topic rarely discussed publicly at the time, offering solace and connection to countless women. At one point, Marie's depression became so overwhelming, she handed her baby to a nanny with blank checks, feeling she needed to escape the suffocating darkness. Driving along the Pacific Coast Highway, she confronted those bleak moments of loneliness and despair, admitting later that she understood why someone might take their own life. This raw honesty about her lowest points has resonated widely, encouraging broader conversations about postpartum mental health and the need for compassion. Marie credits her decision to write the book as a mission to break stigma and advocate for women's mental health. In her interviews, she has demonstrated that people must treat depression as a serious medical condition which results from sickness instead of personal character flaws. Through her brave decision to share her story, she revealed a medical condition that impacts numerous mothers, yet usually remains concealed. Her work has inspired others to seek help and find community. Maria has developed an advocacy platform which extends beyond postpartum depression because she supports her daughter Jessica, who identifies as gay. Maria has maintained a consistent message that unconditional love and acceptance must come before everything else, despite experiencing family tensions and receiving backlash from her relatives. She has publicly condemned all forms of shaming and discrimination while defending her belief that every child has the right to experience joy and receive respect. Marie believes that the intersection between her personal experiences and social advocacy work shows her complete dedication to both marriage equality and LGBTQ+ rights. Through her platform, she promotes tolerance and love by showing that diversity forms an essential part of life itself. Through her supportive role to her daughter and other individuals, she has created a significant impact during current cultural discussions. Her mental health difficulties and her dedication to family advocacy both demonstrate her dedication to using her suffering as a source of useful work. Marie's path shows how people can develop resilience through their capacity to show both vulnerability and strength. Her advocacy work goes beyond generating awareness because she actively engages in initiatives that provide support and drive transformative outcomes. The strength she has cultivated will shape the quieter chapters of her life ahead, where family, faith, and a hard-earned sense of peace come to the forefront. In her life today, Marie Osmond embodies quiet strength. As at 66, her life is transformed drastically from the whirlwind of childhood fame and career highs. After decades in the spotlight, she chose to step back from the public eye in recent years, focusing instead on the joy of family and living what she calls her most normal life yet. Having performed since she was 3, Marie often says she never truly knew what normal meant until now. This new chapter embraces simplicity, presence, and the quiet moments many take for granted. Her return to social media in 2025 marked an important season of reflection and gratitude. Marie shared heartfelt posts about prioritizing family and following what she described as God's guidance. For someone used to bright lights and roaring crowds, being available for a daughter's call to pick up a granddaughter from school felt profoundly rewarding. Those ordinary interactions became a source of unexpected fulfillment, highlighting how much she values the role of grandmother and mother above all else. Faith remains a cornerstone of Marie's daily life. Her trust in God's unconditional love and ongoing miracles has shaped her worldview and provided her with strength during multiple challenges. She frequently explains that her spiritual calling has developed her ability to listen, which has led her to acquire both humility and compassion and resilience. For Marie, faith functions as her twofold active force which directs her life and serves as her foundation of comfort. Marie maintains her dedication to service work through her ongoing partnership with the Children's Miracle Network, which she established as a founding member. The organization has functioned as her platform for positive impact since she founded it more than 40 years ago. Marie honors co-founder Joe Lake through her belief that compassion and generosity represent the highest gifts which people can present to others. The purpose he discovered in life needed to achieve more than his public recognition as a successful entertainer. Marie discovered her opportunity for relationship development after stepping away from her celebrity responsibilities. The time she spends with her husband and children and grandchildren bring her joy because they provide her with a spiritual renewal that no performance can match. She enjoys the value of family life, which includes 2 important moments: laughter and shared meals and quiet conversations. Marie maintains her composed state through all difficulties which she has faced because she has learned to accept every situation through her acquired life wisdom. The shadows from earlier struggles have softened, replaced by a hard-earned grace and a deep appreciation for life's fragility. The woman who interacts with others today demonstrates her personal growth through each social situation, which reveals a love she maintained throughout challenging times. Marie Osmond's story teaches us that behind fame and fortune, life is shaped by resilience, love, and faith. From early struggles to present peace, she shows the power of endurance and renewal. If you found her journey inspiring, please like this video and subscribe for more fascinating stories from Hollywood's history.